Hello there, this is Sue from Miller's Laboratory, and I have made another journal that I'd like to share with you. If you're watching this video, then I have gone ahead and put this journal in my Etsy shop, so if you like it, you can check it out there. I have lots of other journals there too, so stay a while and look it over. This journal is what I would call a paperback journal, and that is because instead of a hard book cover, I have used a business envelope, a 9x12 business envelope. It has been reinforced with some heavy watercolor paper to give it some thickness and strength, and I coffee dyed it. That's about all I did to it. I didn't do any stamping or stenciling or doodling or painting. I am leaving that up to you. If you like this look, you can keep it the way it is. Otherwise, you can decorate the cover as you would like. So on the spine, I would like to show you what I did. I go to the thrift store a lot, and I always see these orphan needlework kits, projects that are started but not finished. And I always feel bad because I think, oh, somebody had really good intentions to make some beautiful thing, and then for whatever reason it never got done. And I don't think anyone ever buys these and finishes them. Sometimes I buy them and I use the yarn or the floss. But I was going through my fabric box and I thought this would be a really cool spine, and I like that it's not done. I think it looks really cool. So you will probably see me do some more things with these because I kind of like the idea of it, and it's a resource that is just sitting there and not getting used. So the spine is glued on. It's also stitched around the edges with the zigzag, and then you can see that there are 3 signatures in the book. And when I stitched this, I had to be a little bit creative because I didn't want the stitch to go over the embroidery here. So it starts at the same place and then it stops where the image is, and then it does the same thing at the top. So it's skipping over all of the needlework here. And then these are just 2 vintage paper fasteners that I put in there for decoration, but I thought that looked nice. Alright. This flap has about 3 layers of paper to make it strong. And then this is just baker's twine that I've wrapped around 2 or 3 times here and tied. If you don't like the baker's twine, you can definitely take it out and put in some sari silk or a strip of fabric. You could use a ribbon or whatever you like. It's easily removed. And then, like I said, this flap is reinforced so it's nice and strong. It won't rip from this pulling here. Now this is a functioning pocket, and I did not put anything in here. It is lined about halfway down. If you put a lot of stuff in here, it will bulge, and this flap will not lay nice and flat when you close the book. So I would use it for tucking things away that you plan to put in the book at a later time maybe, or just, you know, if you're using this as a travel journal or something, you can just tuck some ephemera in there. Alright, now for now I'm just going to take the string and put it inside the pocket so it's out of our way, and then we'll go ahead and flip through this book. Now this book measures 9 inches tall, 5 1/4 inches wide, and then it's 1.5 inches thick. And I want you to see how well behaved this book is, because it's 1.5 inches here and it's 1.5 inches here. For once in my life, I did not overstuff the book. It's perfectly sized. I'm pretty proud of that. I'm going to have to try to do that again. Alright, here we go. So right on the inside here, sorry about the glare. If I tilt it this way, it'll be a little better. Yeah. This is a window envelope that I collaged. Kept the window there. It opens up. This is some digital wallpaper, and then butterflies that I glued in there. And you could definitely write on this. I think it would be cool actually to see your writing through the window. And then inside here in the back, it's a pocket. And I just made a nice tall journaling card or tag with lots of space to write. Okay. And here I have a little label where you can put your name, the date, the subject that's in the book, whatever you like. And then I have really used a lot of old book pages in this book. I really tried to use a lot of stuff that I already had. So there are some printables in here, but not very many. So instead of just telling you what every page is, I'm going to just kind of flip through here. So, lots of tabs here. I put a tab wherever I thought it made it easier to find the page and to turn the page. These are some digital like banknotes that I did print out, and I've used those in a few places in the book just to add some interest and color. There are images on most of the pages. Most of the pages have some kind of decoration, but I keep it low key. I don't do a whole lot. This is pocket. This is a letter. Looks old, but it's not. Okay. I love old math books, old school books. I have tons of those. Here's a really old book in German. I love the color. It's like caramel colored. It's a fragile page, so you'll just want to be careful with that. Here's my feeling on fragile pages. I like them, and I like that they will crumble with age, and as you use your book, it might get a tear in it, or a corner might come off. You can mend it. I think there's beauty in the slow disintegration of these pages, and so that's why I put them in. Tag. This is from a children's book with some really particularly pretty illustrations, and then lots of white space there for you to work with. This is a book about Greek, learning Greek. And here's that other half of that German page. I'm actually to the other side of the signature now, going back through, and you can see up here there's a little tear. Tag. And then this is just a vintage postcard. I wanted to put it in there because I liked the blue sky showing, and I was going to do some collage over the back so you could use it as a journal card, but then I thought, well, maybe you'd rather keep that and collage over the front and journal there. So I didn't do anything. I'm leaving it up to you. This is a little flip, little sack, a little tag in it, some of my watercolor doodlies, and then this is a pretty envelope, and inside here there's a little booklet. This is a digital of an envelope that I used as the cover, added the bird, and then this is just some coffee dyed legal paper inside. Hymnal pages. There's a lot of just plain pages, not a lot, but there's some, so that you can do what you like with those. It's got some butterflies printed on vellum, and this will be really pretty when you write underneath it, and then you can see through. pretty pocket. This is a some sort of a textile that I got the image from New York Public Library, public domain, I think. And then inside here, just a little journaling card, just plain inside, and this is made from an old math book, like 1800s math book. Sometimes a tab wouldn't fit, it would stick out too far, and so I make a little thumb hole there, and that makes it easy for you to still grab the page and turn it. Or sometimes I just fold the corner, top or bottom, and that makes it easy to grab that too. This opens here, and then it also opens here. That was book page that I put some gesso over so you can write in there. And then at the top it's a pocket. And this is just another digital that I printed of an old daybook page. Woo. I feel like the bottom's getting cut off there. Oh, cute. I think it's Jack and Jill. Alright, this is like a little side tuck. And I was playing around here. I made this tall journal card. So this is a lift-a-flap. Some of you might remember these lift-a-flap books from when you were little, or I remember them from when my kids were little. They loved these. They were board books, and they'd have like little flaps and there'd be a surprise inside there. And I used to make greeting cards like this too for my kids, with little tiny lift-a-flaps, little animals and stuff inside there. So I just thought that would be fun to revisit that. And there's lots of space to journal in here, and then you close it up. There's just a little thumb hole there so you can get a hold of it. But I thought that would be fun, like a lift-a-flap for adults. Just a little bit of typing paper here. Here's another just plain. When I was looking at this page, I can see a flower here, and I thought, oh, that would be a really fun page to doodle on if that's your thing. In this little tuck, I've got just a little mini matchbook of some of the different papers that I've used in the book. And I like to give you that. You can just use it as a little notebook, but if you're putting some more collage in, it's fun to have little bits of the same paper. You'll see in my books, I usually try to use a paper in 2 or 3 places. I feel like it makes the book more cohesive and make it tie together a little bit more. So those are for you to use if you like. And then on the other side, there's another little tuck, and that's just one of those index cards with a tab on it that I just collaged a little paper on and added a label. Real thick, real heavy. This is another page that's super, super fragile. This is from a whole lot of opera programs that I bought a while back on eBay, and I'm an opera fan, so they were really fun to get. The paper is very fragile, and so I have done some things with this. Like, I have used sewing tissue to reinforce some areas because it just tears so easily. So I've done that, and I've also used some washi tape on there just to strengthen it a little bit for you. But again, if it rips, if it falls apart, if you don't like it, you can just tear it out of your book. But again, it's part of the life of the book is the paper starting to crumble. So These I did a couple years ago with spray paint out in my yard and my ferns, and I need to do some more of these. I've pretty much used them all up. Okay, here's another tuck. Double tuck, both sides made with this pretty doily. A couple journal cards on each side here. And that typing paper again. This time I did some collage on it. Isn't that pretty? That was a digital. Very pretty. This is a tag pocket, and I use this cabinet card printout as the pocket. That one's just dark, but you could do some journaling on there with a white pen. I think that would be cool. And just a word of caution on this one, just be careful when you tuck it down in there that it doesn't catch here and tear that. Another little pocket page. That's just made from a modern notebook paper. And the bow is just tied through a couple of the holes there. So I don't know if I said there's about 180 pages in this book altogether. I love this hummingbird image. Here's an envelope that I made with some coffee dyed architectural paper, like from an architectural textbook. And in here there is another antiqued, oldified letter. And then there's also a journal card underneath there. That's some really cool embossed paper that I got at one of the craft stores. And this is just a page from a bird book that I just put a backing on and added the stamps. It's really cute. Another children's book with some pretty illustrations. Don't forget to look for those when you're looking for books. Here's our opera paper, our delicate little opera paper. And this page has tag, just plain on the back here. And there's also a tag on this side. Another journaling card here from a digital. Okay. This is from an Edith Holden book. Her handwriting is so pretty. I just thought that would make a nice tab from a little scrap that I had. Quick little journal card here out of an index card. Another one of those botanical images glued onto a book page. There's a little pocket there. Just a little layered tag with a teeny tiny book page under there, and then some printed vellum. And here's our last page. So I just added my label down here with my signature. And then in the back here there is a little slot pocket with a tall tag in it. It's a really cute image. My friend Sarah, sent me some book pages with illustrations, and I love those little frogs hugging, so I wanted to put that in there. And then this one is from Roxy Creations, doilies, and it was a half one, and I just thought, well, we'll make a half little weird card out of it, but I think it's cute, so put that in there. So that's the book. I hope you liked it. As I said, it's in my Etsy shop. Go take a look. Thanks for coming to the lab today, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.